episodes of TV23's Internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
And hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. It is Thursday, November 12th, 2015. Welcome to High Plains Today, right here on TV23. On today's show, we'll be joined by Mr. Adam Jewell. He is our entertainment correspondent. He'll be talking to us via Skype from Chicago. Now let's take a look at some happenings around the area. We now have more information on the fatality accident we reported yesterday. The two-vehicle accident occurred at approximately 6:14 p.m. Tuesday evening, 11.5 miles east of Liberal on Highway 54. A 2001 Honda Civic being driven by 19-year-old Jeremiah Araveo of El Paso, Texas, was traveling eastbound on US 54 when he crossed the center line, striking a 2009 Kenworth semi driven by 68-year-old Gary Bielma of Kelowna, Illinois. Araveo was pronounced dead at the scene. I got an itch, I'm sorry. A Garden City man was arrested Tuesday evening for driving recklessly and almost colliding into other vehicles with a 2-year-old child inside the vehicle. 22-year-old Manuel Melendez Davia of Garden City was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault, aggravated endangering of a child, driving with a suspended license, and reckless driving. Officers of the Garden City Police Department responded to the area of 1900 East Mary Street at about 5:45 p.m. in a reference to a domestic disturbance. Now, it was reported that a vehicle was chasing another vehicle, driving recklessly and attempting to ram the victim. The City of Liberal Water Department has announced in a press release that the city's water pressure dropped to about 25 psi, down from the normal 60 psi. This was caused by a failure of the automated system. Now, they are currently operating manually and will continue to do so until they determine the cause of the failure and get it repaired. Now, while operating manually, there may be a more noticeable variation in pressure. The city apologizes for any inconveniences. The Garden City Community College Meets Judging Team won the 2015 National Championship November 1st in Friona, Texas. Now, Garden City swept almost every category. They were first in beef grading, beef judging, total beef, pork judging, placings, and questions. The only category the team didn't win was lamb judging, where they were second by only 2 points. Now, the team put up the second highest overall team score in the 30-year history of the Garden City Community College Meets Judging program. Congratulations to them. The bipartisan debt and budget deal that President Obama signed into law last week contains $3 billion in cuts to the federal crop insurance program by trimming some of the generous government subsidies to crop insurance companies and limiting profits for those companies. Farm state lawmakers griped that the move could force more companies out of business. Several have already left and leave farmers with fewer options. Now, after loud complaints from farm state lawmakers, including Representative Tim Huelskamp, GOP leaders promised that the crop insurance cuts will be restored next month, although there is no word yet on what, if anything, will replace them. And hampered by legislative failures to audit the state's foster care system and diminished by the use of private email addresses within the administration of Governor Brownback, government transparency in Kansas received a failing grade in a recent report. The Center for Public Integrity, a nonprofit journalism organization that won a Pulitzer Prize last year, gave Kansas an F for transparency, ranking the state 42nd of the nation's 50 states in a report released Monday. Now, Kansas received the lowest grade in the nation for internal auditing after the Legislative Post-Audit Committee rejected in recent years requests to audit the state's budget director, death row, and foster care system. And finally, Kansas Attorney General Derek Schmidt on Tuesday requested that all 7 justices of the Kansas Supreme Court recuse themselves from a case centering on judicial power. Schmidt argues the justices should be recused from hearing the case of Solomon v. Kansas due to their previous opposition to the law in question. District Court Judge Larry Solomon filed a lawsuit back in February contesting action by the legislature and Governor Brownback to redirect the Kansas Supreme Court's authority to pick chief judges. Solomon contends that allowing judges working in each district to elect chief judges is a violation of the Kansas Constitution. Schmidt contends that the Kansas Supreme Court's stated opposition to House Bill 2338, the law in question, will render it unable to decide the case fairly. And that's a look at some happenings out there. Stick around. We're going to be back with a much better forecast than we had yesterday.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
You want to feel connected, at one with your world. Informed, included, and inspired. So no matter where you are, when important things happen, we're here at all hours, in the moment, on every screen in your life. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. We investigate and inform, give back to the community, build the local economy, even save lives. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. And unlike any other news source, we're here, 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 and here. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back. Hey, it is a much better day out there than it was yesterday when we were looking out there. Remember, it was all cloudy and the camera was going like this. Much better today. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. 54 degrees, 34% relative humidity. East-northeast winds at 3, not 30, but 3. Barometric pressure is on the rise. Looking at the current temps around the area, you can see everybody is in the 50s. Lamar would be the cool spot out there with 50 degrees even. And our dew points, everybody kind of dry. That is why our humidity is so low. Everybody in the 20s. Even Medicine Lodge, they're usually the wet spot in this part of the state. But everybody in the 20s. And our winds, everybody pretty much out of the east or northerly directions. No big winds. Garden City and Hayes, Pratt, those would be the high winds. Other than that, the winds are not going to be near what they were yesterday. Looking at the highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport yesterday, our high was 50 degrees, 82 back in 1989, 30 the overnight low, 9 degrees back in 1986, and there was no measurable precipitation in the bucket. Looking at our forecast for today, this is going to be pleasant, 57 degrees. Winds out of the north-northwest at 10. Then tonight, 27 is our low. Winds are going to be out of the northwest at 6. After midnight, before the sun comes up, they're going to switch around to the southwest. Then tomorrow, we're looking at 62 for the high. Going to be lots of sunshine. A south breeze at 15. Tomorrow night, 33 for the low. Winds will be out of the south at 11. And as we track into the weekend, you can see we got the 60s for the weekend. And then there's a chance of rain sneaking in on Monday. Look at that high on Tuesday is 48. That's a look at the weather. Markets are coming up.
Same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hi, Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs weekdays at noon right here on TV23. We talk about news, we talk about sports, we talk about weather, we're even going to talk entertainment. We'll have live guests right here on set with me. So, every day at noon, tune in, High Plains Today. We'll see you then.
Weekdays here on TV23.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
And welcome back. We are now joined by our entertainment correspondent, Mr. Adam Jewell, live from Chicago. Wind's blowing today, huh? Is that why you're not out and about for us today?
I will be later, but yes, that's why I'm not on location. So today, hashtag I'm in here. So.
Oh, not I'm out here, it's I'm in here?
Correct. I'm in here because the weather's kind of nasty and I don't have the microphone capacity. You would just hear a lot of swirling wind.
So you guys are now getting the storm that blew through northwestern Kansas here yesterday, so you're getting a lot of wind now.
Probably.
Gotcha. All right, let's talk about, you're going to share with us about 3 movies that are in theaters. Well, let's see, what? 2 of them are in theaters now and one's coming out on Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first one is, I'm going to say it's Suffragette. You're going to say it's Suffragette. But yes. Anyway, tell me about Suffragette/Suffragette. Suffragette, because, well, it's a 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2 / 2
follows the suffrage movement of the early century in the 1900s. So it's about the suffragette movement where women were getting the right to vote, right to work, so on and so forth. And it stars Carey Mulligan. I'm blanking here. Helena Bonham Carter, and also none other than Meryl Streep, which I'm sure she'll probably get an Oscar nomination for, because it's pretty much a rule now that she has to be nominated in some way, shape, or form.
I was going to say she has to be nominated. I think it's in all her contracts when she does movies that she has to be nominated, or at least eligible for nomination.
Probably.
All right, so I know who Meryl Streep is. I know who Helen Bonham Carter is. Who's the star? The other one?
Carey Mulligan.
All right, who is she? Because I don't know who she is.
Oh, she was in. Let's see, what movies would you know her from? She was in the movie Drive. Inside Llewellyn Davis, or Llewellyn Moss. I'm sorry, Llewellyn Davis. I'm sorry. She was in The Great Gatsby. If you want to peg her to
okay. With Leo, she was in that one with Leo, not the Robert Redford one.
Correct. If you want to peg her for a big movie, she was in The Great Gatsby.
All right, is she the main? I mean, is she the lead in this movie?
Yes.
And Meryl Streep. Okay, so Meryl Streep will no doubtedly be nominated for Best Supporting Actress in this. Are you thinking?
Most likely. I mean.
All right, but you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen the movie, but it's yeah.
But it is out now. I mean, it just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So why? I mean, what is it you like about this movie so far? Just who's in it, what it's about, subject matter?
Because since people refuse to read books, I figure you might as well at least watch somewhat of a historical piece. I mean, there's always liberties taken with biopics, but it'd be a good way for people to learn about it since people don't read books anymore.
It's overrated. Print is dead.
Okay, Egon.
That's right, Egon from Ghostbusters. Do you like how I threw that Ghostbuster reference in there? Print is dead.
I get it.
Huh?
I get it.
Okay, I thought you said you didn't get it. All right, so you haven't seen it, but you plan to. All right. The next movie, now this one looks kind of interesting, and it's coming out Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
This is called Trumbo. Tell me about Trumbo.
That's it. The name, Trumbo.
All right, so for people who don't read books, et cetera, tell me about Trumbo, because to me the name does not say it all.
Well, if you stop interrupting, I'll tell you.
All right, go ahead. I'm done.
Trumbo is, it's a biopic about the life of, or the career, not the life, but the career of Dalton Trumbo, who's one of the greatest screenwriters ever. And so what Trumbo is, Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad plays Dalton Trumbo, and it's about how he was blacklisted because of McCarthy and the Republican Party and everyone else with the sensationalism of the whole Red Scare. And with Trumbo was ruled as a communist and was ultimately blacklisted. And so it followed his career of ghostwriting a lot of great screenplays while he was blacklisted, but he was still working and saying, you know what, I don't care what you say by the federal government or by the Hollywood industry. I'm going to continue to write. You know, he wrote a little movie called Spartacus, if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, with Kirk Douglas. I'm Spartacus, that type of deal.
Yes.
All right. Anything else he's done that he was associated that I would know?
Dalton Trumbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Johnny Get Your Gun. He
Okay.
wrote that.
Yes, I remember that.
He uncredited The Way We Were.
Uncredited. The Way We Were, the one with Robert Redford and Barbara Streisand?
Yes. Yes, directed by Sidney Pollack.
Yes.
Yeah, he did that.
Now, and he did all this under he did all those under a ghost name?
No, he didn't do, because I know they lifted the blacklist like kind of once the whole Red Scare ended, and McCarthy was basically taken down by Murrow. I can never remember. Spartacus, I believe he did, but he now has credit for it.
All right, so he gets credit for it. So I'm thinking you're going to go see this one, being the screenwriting aficionado that you are.
Correct.
Okay.
And as far as other people like Louis C.K., Michael Stuhlbarg plays Edward G. Robinson.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Little Caesar, Edward G. Robinson. Also in 10 Commandments. All right, we only got a couple minutes left. Let's get on to Spotlight. And this is out now also, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, quick. Tell me, what's Spotlight about?
It actually showed here at the Chicago Film Festival in October. But what it is, it's about the investigative reporting team that blew the whole lid off the whole Catholic Church scandal from 2001, 2002, where they found out that Catholic priests were abusing young boys and the archdiocese covering it up. So this follows the investigative reporting team from the Boston Globe that uncovered it all and really forced the spotlight on the archdiocese.
I see what you did there with the spotlight thing. Now, there's a lot of, okay, and I'm going to call them modern day big names in this movie, right?
Yep. It's got Mark Ruffalo, Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, John Slattery, Liev Schreiber, Stanley Tucci.
So there's a lot of big names that younger viewers, or maybe viewers like myself, that are going to recognize those names.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
and you haven't seen Spotlight yet, correct?
Correct, but that is one I am definitely going to see.
All right. So and that sounds interesting. So we've got Suffragette is in theaters now. Trumbo coming out at Thanksgiving. You highly recommend that. Those two are both biopics, and then Spotlight in theaters now. So it's kind of a biopic type of deal based on true events, correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got pretty much nonfiction today, didn't you, on us?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got to ask though. Last time we talked, you were out in front of the Biograph Theater, and we talked about Peanuts. Have you seen Peanuts yet?
No.
Oh man. Man, I was hoping you had seen Peanuts.
Well, you could go and see it too.
I could,
sure
but you know me. I am just so busy all the time, Adam. All right. Okay, so next week, you're going to give us a tease. Weather's good. The wind's not blowing 100. You're going to be out on location somewhere?
I will say, yes, I will be out there.
You're gonna be out where I think you're going to be out? I won't give it away.
No. New location.
You're going to change it up?
Yes.
Okay, so because you were going to be in Grant Park today, but you're not going to be in Grant Park now?
No. Grant Park was tied in with the whole nonfiction element.
All right. I still think you should go to the Bean. All right, we got to go. All right.
Maybe I'll go Lower Wacker. I don't know.
Okay. Ooh, Blues Brothers. Okay. All right. Have a great day. See you next week.
All right. See ya.
All right. And stick around because we'll be back with more after this.
You want to feel connected, at one with your world. Informed, included, and inspired. So no matter where you are, when important things happen, we're here at all hours, in the moment, on every screen in your life. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. We investigate and inform, give back to the community, build the local economy, even save lives. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. And unlike any other news source, we're here. 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 And here. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
And we're back. Hey, one quick sports thing. The Buffalo Bills go to the Meadowlands tonight to take on the Giants Thursday night football. And tonight in Dodge City, they've got an event. Eldridge and Rhett, that is the CMT tour, is going to be at United Wireless Arena. Doors open at 6:30. The activities start at 7:30. So if you're in the Dodge City area or whatever, you want to go over and see some good entertainment, there you go. Let's take a last look at our weather before we get out of here today. It's coming. I know it's coming. Brian's in there going, oh, man. Anyway, it's going to be a high of about 58 today. Everything is going to be great. We do have some storms rolling in for the end of the week. Towards the weekend, there it is. Towards the weekend, we're going to be back up into this mid to upper 60s. That'll be nice. We do have some weather rolling in on Monday and Tuesday. Other than that, go out and make it a great Thursday, everybody. See ya.
Information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school,